Yo, what's going on, legends? In today's video, I'll show you my updated setup for Sunder Titan with almost ideal setup, aka items. I'm still missing some, but you know, that will be just too much money. The AoE here could be increased. I actually forgot to change my gem. I usually run a Branching Fissure 2. It's a new support gem that helps Earth Shatter, but also Sunder. For clear, it's absolutely amazing. And in open maps like this, for example, it's very usable. But yeah, this is tier 16, fully stacked, 6 most maps. And, you know, Sunder, we are so tanky. That's the one thing with Titan and Warrior because of the armor change. Warrior is so tanky, it's actually insane. And the clear is also crazy, single target as well. We can finally scale Sunder with attack speed and skill speed because they removed total attack time, but they made Sunder harder to scale with attack speed with a penalty of 65%, I believe, or 63%. So it's still not ideal, just like in PvP, but it's very close, you know. So I'm using the Haste Aura pet in my maps and against bosses, but what you can also use instead, you can use Scavenge Plating and Wind Dancer. Both of those have great synergy. Wind Dancer basically breaks armor, and Scavenge Plating gives you stacks of armor, which is great for survivability early on if you need that. And my weapons are definitely not ideal. I sadly have the hybrid mode as a prefix that gives you physical damage but reduces attack speed, so these are very not ideal for this setup at all. Quite the opposite, actually. So I could have much faster maces for that, which will look much better as well. Bringing Sunder below 0.7 attack time would be the sweet spot, absolute best. Right now, I am at 0.76, I believe. If I proc Onslaught, though, I'm at 0.68 or 69, no pun intended. So that's perfect. I unclick the shrine here so to show you how it works without the shrines. But we don't really need Herald of Ash, Thunder, any of that. I did try all three. You can run any of the heralds you want. You just want to get the enough flat damage for a specific herald. For lightning, it's lightning. Cold is, ice is cold. And Ash, you don't need any for that. It works great. It's uncapped as well. It's a great ignite. So for AoE, it's good, but you don't need it because, as you can see, those little circles on the screen, those are shockwaves from Sunder. Sunder has a second ability, if you will, in it, which is shockwaves, and that does a lot of damage, a lot of AoE. I'll show you the boss now. The rotation here is to drop Forge Hammer on the ground, break armor with armor break just once because we break so much armor, and then use Infernal Cry to proc the Forge Hammer, and it buffs our Sunder. Here I changed some support gems for the boss, which I'll show in a second. So here, one armor break, and then just, you know, few Sunders, and that's it. So this is a full upgraded couple million HP boss. I'll show you tier 3 Xesht as well. Right here. I did not run my jewel in any of this footage. I forgot to use my Heart of the Whale with extra fire damage and attack speed. So sadly, this took 5 Sunders. It could have been probably 4 because that extra fire damage does a lot. But yeah, this is a little tier 3 Xesht, which is the highest tier. They removed tier 4, I believe, or just squashed them together, something like that. But as always, guys, as you know it, we got the full planner on Mobalytics. There is also a code for Path of Building. Now, this planner contains the early endgame right here, which I also have on the video, like I mentioned, on YouTube. But we are looking for this variant, total endgame, which is on the video you just saw, on the clips. So you have the description with the gear, the jewels, skill gems, what you can replace, passive skill tree, you know, all the stuff, atlas and rotation. And if I keep changing some stuff, I will try to update this planner for sure if I found some upgrades or stuff like that. But yeah, there is the code for POB, which is right here on the screen as well. You can mess around yourself in the configuration. You will be also able to see the... it doesn't show here, but there is also the buffs. I don't know why it doesn't show. Oh, my bad. It shows the stuff I've picked here. So I went with the... charms gained charges, stun threshold in the Act 3. Also of that, I went everything into resistances. And this one was life regen because we don't use mana. And here one, I went with attributes to be able to get Giant's Blood, 489 strength from a mace. See, I'm right exactly at that point. Great stuff, so 3 skills, all that stuff. The new jewel here, I'll talk about it in a second. But first things first, I'll take you into the game and show you some of the good stuff. POB here, boom. So first things, we got the, how is it possible I'm using skills without any mana if I keep using Sunder? Well, that is, I have also a video for that constricting command headpiece in the right upper corner, but this headpiece is around a mechanic called Surrounded. Now, Surrounded has great passives on the tree, armor, defense, damage, but the main thing here is Defy support gem. Insufficient mana does not prevent the use of supported skills while surrounded. You're looking for number 5 on that piece, so all this surrounded stuff is active non-stop, but if it's too expensive, just get number 4. So you need at least one enemy around you to activate all this stuff, which is always right around even the boss. And your attack damage is lucky. Lucky means the damage is rolled twice and the better result is used. So for damage like lightning, which is an insane range, it's the best, but physical is quite good too. Other support gems we got for single target, we got concentrated area for multiplicative damage, close combat for another multiplicative damage. Now, attack damage applies to fire, cold, lightning, and physical, not only physical, which is great stuff. For attack speed stuff, because we want to scale as much as possible for Sunder, we got rapid attacks, and we got rage right here, which gives you multiplicative attack speed if you don't have full rage stacks. Last one is Defy. What I really like for mapping, though, this is single target. What I like for mapping is branching fissures for AoE, and Rage Forged instead of close combat. With Rage Forged and this Rage support gem, you will basically gain Rage, but also spend Rage. That means you will always have both of these active all the time. So multi-damage, 35% right here, and the attack speed, amazing stuff. Other skill gems for Armor Breaker, we want the new Lineage support gem Orc Smelting to break more armor. Ancestral Call, which gives us more damage right here, 30%, which is pretty good for Armor Break, because the more damage you deal, the more armor you break. And then we got Armor Break, which breaks armor through physical even more. It doesn't really need it itself, but with this one, this is a skill changer. Before this, without this gem, it required 2 armor breaks on Pinnacle Boss Xesht, but with this one only once, so that's really good. Saves you time. Heft for max physical damage, because this one requires physical, and Defy again, just like the headpiece I explained. That goes also for Forge Hammer. Defy, we want to slap that everywhere you can. It only works on attacks with this tag right here. It doesn't work for spells, but even for both it works. So this one also has Rage to gain Rage. We got CCG, amazing stuff. So this fissure is full fire damage. So we apply Ignite. And if you apply Ignite and fully break armor, you apply Intimidating debuff, which is better than PoE1 because it is making you deal more damage, but the targets will deal less damage. Amazing debuff. I'm a big fan of this, man. So good. Ambrosia is our shock source, which is you deal 20% damage to the target, increased damage. So Ambrosia is very good since we don't use mana flask. Close combat, again, increased damage. That's what's up. One of War Cry is Infinite Cry with cooldown recovery. Raging Cry to get Rage as a starter. When the boss spawns, life tap, so it's only life. If you run out of mana, we can still use it. And Tireless for chance to not count the empowerment attacks. Now for the auras, you definitely want to get Berserk. Berserk is amazing. Try to get level 20. Target the quality because that's 70% increased rage effect. That's why Titan is insane with Hulking Form, which is increasing 50% effect of small passives. And rage stacking right here, for example, it's just crazy. Like how much rage you can get. Other one I'm missing is right here. I'm not sure if you can get max. I don't think you can get max rage on these time laws, but that would be sick. So I've got 51 rage right now. It gets increased by 70%. It's just wild. It's crazy. Now, it depends if you need more survivability or if you want to be faster in maps. But what I use is this companion. This one has Haste Aura. It's very fast. It keeps up with me, no problem. And we get Brutus Brain. This makes them immortal, but they deal no damage, which is perfect. Where to get these is Interlude 3 in Ashen Forest. So you teleport to Glade, go here. Search for checkpoint with a bit of a sand, because next to the checkpoint, this end will emerge from the sand and you will check for Haste Aura. If it doesn't have, you respawn the checkpoint, go again, stuff like that, and then you just tame the beast, which is level 9 dexterity skill gems. So I have level 9 right here, the lowest one possible, which is 57 dexterity. I could probably go higher because I have more dexterity, but it's whatever, doesn't matter. Other auras, how to break armor and how to get more tankiness, survivability, is Wind Dancer and Scavenge Plating. You need to break armor for this to activate, which we do through a poison from Wind Dancer. When mobs hit you, it applies poison, and this corrosion breaks armor from poison damage. So Uptime on this is perfect in maps, perfect. Because we always get hit. Other stuff you want to get is Rage for more generation, or you can get Heavy Swing for more damage, really up to you. Life Leech, very good for, well, sustain with life. And then AoE for Magnified Area. You don't really need this if you don't have 5 link, no problem. Scavenge Plating, you really want to get only prolonged duration because, you know, it lasts longer. Like 13.5 seconds from 10, which is nice. Those are the skill gem right now. Last socket here, it's really up to you what you want to socket in. I ran Seismic, I had Seismic Rise since day 1, but I never used it because everything just dies before Heavy Stun. It's wild. It's wild. Let's talk about Ascendancy points. So we got Hulking Form, 50%, and then we want to get also Stone Skin. Armor stacking this league is absolutely amazing. Titan or Warrior in general can get super tanky with armor, or any class for that matter, but Titan even more because this is a multiplicative armor. So you stack it with a Sturdy Metal, which is the same, but just increased instead of more. And then other one is the Heart of the Well, which I'm using, is right here. Increased armor from Equate Body Armor. All these 3 stacking is wonderful. It's amazing. And other armor stuff like this, for example. Other Ascendancy points, yeah, it's up to you. I went with Life, but you can go for Aftershocks. My first version of the Sunder actually went with Aftershocks, but it's really up to you. This is good too. It's really up to you. But I just like Life for the sustain. So speaking, actually, no, let's take a look at the other passives now. So armor stacking, as again, this one is important from crits. This one is stunt threshold, we don't get stunned. To stack skill speed, we got Blood Rush here. Down here, we got attack speed for Sunder in here. And the one, Surrounded Headpiece, 20%, good stuff. For movement speed, we got this Tactical Retreat. And for weapons at 2, which is mapping, I picked a lot of these movement passives. It does a lot. Like with my minion, I'm at 83% movement speed. That's crazy. Without the companion, I'm at 73%, but that's still ridiculous, man. This is almost 10% movement speed. This is 3. Again, these get amplified by Hulking Form. It's crazy. Actually, these are still 3%. They don't really get increased because it's too low percent. What I also like is Gem Enthusiast. This will give you max life and max speed if you have 10 red and 10 green support gems. That's why you see me having 3 support gems in this in Mace Strikes, weapons at 1 and 2, so it's active on both AoE maps and then single target. So that's some good stuff. Next up, some damage from low life stuff. This one as well, a lot of damage. You want to definitely add timeless sockets in here and here, but for more passives, I also went Vocal Empowerment for my weapons at 1 and empowered attacks. A lot of damage. But weapons, it's also some AoE here, 9%, and some stuff here. Nothing too crazy, but I would like to get more, but it's impossible, man. Like, if I drop armor, I mean, movement speed, I could probably get more AoE, but with Branching Fissures, this thing is amazing. What it does, by the way, is it sends 1 wave, which is still your main damage. It doesn't get reduced by the numbers here, but then it branches out, and those branches have less damage and AoE, but it's still more than enough to kill everything. So, that's wonderful. Now let's talk about the jewels. So first one is Timeless here to get around the surrounded stuff. You get a lot of nodes. So I like to go with the armor break stuff because that's what this build is built around. More effective small passives for the big armor here increase. 51% on a 1 node, dude. That's 102%. Crazy. Attack damage here, attack damage, evasion stuff doesn't matter. And then we get the life regen, which is not that great. But honestly, life regen is not that bad. Speaking about that, we got this Undying Jewel, which is Amanamu. It doesn't matter what number it is. These don't really matter at all. I have Spirit increase and max life increase, but you need tribute for it. It's not worth. These are pretty good though. I get strength for each of these small ones, so that is super good. And main thing is Sacrifice of Flesh. When they take damage from hits, 20% of life loss is prevented, and then 150% of life loss prevented this way is lost over 4 seconds. How to battle this is Life Potion and Regen. And you're super tanky with this. It's insane how much this does, man. It's crazy. I'm gonna have this on all my builds because I like armor and life stacking. Even though it's not the strongest, it is what it is. Other jewels I got is From Nothing, Dance with Death to get acceleration and these skill speed nodes. That's 18% skill speed. It's ridiculous. You can put 1 point in accuracy, which would save me from missing sometimes, but I don't have that 1 point. Heart of the Well, attack speed, extra fire damage, body armor. Again, I did not have this in the footage you saw earlier, so I lost some damage there. Armor stuff, also Iron Reflexes with this bad boy. It's a really great combination. It will give you a lot. And the other time lost is right here for rage on hit, melee damage, global physical, and the stun buildup is not that needed. Why rage on hit is because, again, rage right here and rage forge, the great combination. I get about 9 rage on hit right here. So I'm always at a cap of rage, just below the cap of the rage, to get the attack speed and the damage from here and the rage itself. So that's just a crazy sweet spot. But again, armor stuff, great damage, rage. For the gear, we got these maces, which are definitely not good, as you can see here. This would be absolutely perfect and peak if this physical was replaced with the percentage physical, the normal one, which also goes higher than this, I think. This reduced attack speed is multiplicative and it's bad. If I didn't have this line, my weapon would be exactly 1.5, and that is nuts. So that's why I have skill speed runes here. I probably wouldn't need to get this if I didn't have this bad boy. Same thing here, reduced attack speed. I lost so much money on these maces with rerolling the goddamn desecration. But Onslaught is great. It gives you skill speed 20% and movement speed on kill with a chance, but that happens after the maps. So you want to get Tauhoen because of Crush. It lowers physical damage by 15%. It's very good. Second one, I like Sacred Maul because it has the highest attack speed out of all maces. Most maces have 1.1 and below. This one is 1.2. But you can also get the Massive Great Hammer. That one has the highest physical damage, Massive Great Hammer. So if you want to get that, you can do it, no problem. But for Sunder, I like that. For gloves, I also crafted these 2 items. They're pretty insane, but I was pretty lucky here. How I crafted this is I bought wide base of double sockets, exceptional, massive mids, and then I rolled Orb of Transmutation, this right here, until I got +2 skills. I wanted to get attack speed or +2 skills, so I got that. Fracture didn't work out, but the rest of the craft went pretty well. So a lot of life, flat physical, tier 4, not the worst. Increase effect of sockets, tier essence, so we have a lot of attack speed. Chaos Rest, this should be attack speed, but honestly, this makes me capped out, so I'm not too mad. But yeah, if it had attack speed, I could just slap on Chaos Rest here, and that would be a totally different level, so yeah. On the boots here, a lot of movement speed. We are looking for this bad boy, and with this essence again, I think this is essence of Hysteria. No, that's movement speed. Essence of Horror. That's what gives you 100% increase of the effect for movement speed. So 50% movement speed, some life, armor, good craft, good stuff, double res. Belt, what I'm using right now is life, strength, armor, and rest. That goes for all gear, most items on your gear. These stats. Ideally, you want to use this belt though, which is absolutely crazy for the attack speed. 32% attack speed because we get it from gloves, but I don't have enough strength for it. If I was to do this, my weapon is unequipped, so that's GG. Chest piece. You want to look for pure armor, no life, stack it as much as possible. You can see I'm still missing, it's T4 hybrid, not the best. But armor applied to elemental is very good as well. That's what makes you really tanky. Right now, I'm at 44,000 armor, 90% on both. Not too bad. I wish it could be higher though. But for that, I would need the third socket on the chest piece with corruption. I'm so scared to corrupt all my items, man. It's crazy. I got no balls for that. Rings, you search for triple prefix with resistances and then strength. This accuracy on the ring is not ideal, but yeah, it is what it is. Same here, we got triple flat, which is good. And then we got strength and double res, which is amazing. Constricting command. Max rage is a good stuff, or strength, depends what you need. Amulet. Melee skills, life, armor, attributes, and resistances. I am missing armor, only evasion, which is shit. Excuse my French. You want to allocate viciousness if you don't need strength. Otherwise, I recommend Titanic right here. It's up to you what you want. But this bad boy, I like viciousness for the attack speed, but the dexterity for Wind Enter and your companion. So it's great stuff. That will be for the gear. And for rotation, you want to drop down the hammer. You want to then armor break and then Infernal Cry for double Sunder. And then just go like that. You know what? I just noticed. Vocal Empowerment does not work. Do you see that? Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. I'm not at the enemy. Scratch that. You need, that's the change they made this league. You need to be near the enemy with at least 10 power. And unique boss is 20, so you will get 2 empowerments. Why you want to do Infernal Cry after Armor Break? Because if I was to use War Cry now to detonate Hammer and then Armor Break, it would eat 1 charge of Infernal Cry. So yeah, you don't want to do that. But my homies and homies, that will be pretty much it for the Sunder Karui Warlord, absolute beast. And as always, I also stream every day on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube here. If you guys want to stop by, I would greatly appreciate it. But with that said, thank you guys very much for watching. I wish you have a great day, great night, or morning. Until next time, peace.